Hello friends, today we're going to go over our phonics and grammar pages. So it starts with our long O that we're going to be focusing on with our spelling words this week. So long O in a word can look like just O by itself, as in most. You notice you just have a long O and there's no other vowel or magic E with it to make that O a long O sound. That's also true for told. You have OA together, where you have that rule of two vowels go walking and the first one does the talking. So that OA together can make a long O sound, like in the word float, like in coat and toast. So all of those words have a long O sound that has an OA. You can also have OW. So OW together will also often make a long O sound, like in grow, mow, and show. Last, you have OE. So again, following the rules of if two vowels go walking, the first one does the talking, but it's an OE together instead of an OA. Nonetheless, the O comes first and we hear the long O say its name. So all you're doing down here is you're going to sort those words depending on their long O spelling pattern. Is it just an O? Is it OE, OA, or OW? So if you have 3 lines, then you should have 3 words that all have an OA in them. 3 words that have an OW together in them. In the bottom, you're going to read each group of words, circle the word that does not fit the pattern. So you have mow, most, and show. They all have a long A, but if you notice, most doesn't have an OW. It just has O by itself. And the other 2 words have an OW. So looking at the pattern of number 12, you have coat, toast, and toe. So think about which one is a little different in the way it has a long O. Number 13, you have grow, most, and told. Number 14, you have float, show, and coat. And number 15, you have Joe, toe, and told. So think about the one word that does not fit. On the back side, you'll have a page that looks like this, where we are talking about past tense verbs. Now, past tense verbs tell about actions that have already happened. So remember, a verb is something that you do. Past tense means it's already happened, maybe yesterday or last week or even just a couple hours ago. So regular past tense verbs end in ed. And as we know, there are a lot of past tense verbs where you have to change the spelling to show past tense. But with the verbs today, we are going to only look at verbs where you add an ed to the end to change them to past tense. So your directions say circle the past tense verb in each sentence and write it on the line. Now, both of those directions are very important. We have talked about following the directions and the importance of doing everything that you're asked to do. So make sure you do both of those things. You circle it and you also write it on the line. So for number 1, it says, our class picked up trash. So think about what is the past tense verb? Where's the verb that says what someone is doing? And then which word has an ed on the end to show past tense? In this sentence, it would be picked. So I will circle picked, and then I will come over here and I will write it on the line. Okay? Number 2 says, we looked for litter. So think about which word is a verb and is also past tense. Number 3, we also cleaned the playground. Number 4, Tammy raked some leaves. And number 5, Bill and Jen planted flowers. So once you have those past tense verbs circled and you've also written on the line, you do not have to do part B. So as soon as you have those 5 problems done and the front side, you can go ahead and make sure you your name on it and turn it in.